Tonight, I am delighted we're able to come together to celebrate an extraordinary group of Americans. Our medalists have an ancestry from all over the world. Some are newly arrived, others have roots that go back generations. But they all have one thing in common. They are all Americans. America's legacy of excellence through immigration could not be more present as we sit in this great hall of Ellis Island, a gateway through which 12 million immigrants passed, dreaming of freedom and opportunity to build a better life for themselves and their children. Medalists, you are the realization of their dreams.
Ellis Island is a reminder that the story of America is really a story of immigrants. Mine is an immigrant story as well. My great-grandfather came here through these waters, seeking freedom, opportunity, and safety.
We knew one thing. We knew that America was different, where government works for the people and not people for the government. It's precious. It really does not exist anywhere else.
On behalf of my fellow honorees from the United States military, thank you. Let's do something good for America together.
And then when I started acting, they asked me, well, you look exotic, you sound British. Where do we place you? And as I look out at all of you, I know the answer to that question. It's among you, with our various ethnicities and ideologies. Right here is where you place me, the United States of America.
I give you the same advice that my ancestors had, to be persistent, to keep trying, because if you do not give up, you will succeed. And that is the lesson of immigration in America. As Lin-Manuel Miranda says in Hamilton, immigrants, we get it done.
The words that Ronald Reagan uttered in 1988 are so true. You can migrate to Germany and never be a German. You can go to Japan and never be Japanese. You can even go to France and never be French. But from any part of this planet, you can come to America and be an American.
It is my privilege and honor to present you with the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. God bless you, and God bless United States of America. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand to welcome Chairman Nasser Kazemini and your co-masters of ceremony for the evening, Marvin Scott and Jill Nicolini.
Good evening and welcome to Ellis Island. This is one of the nation's iconic landmarks that is deeply rooted in history and lots of symbolism as the gateway to freedom for millions of immigrants coming to America. Now, how fitting is it? Look at this room, this great hall where we celebrate more than 80 Americans with the Ellis Island Medal of Honor for their extraordinary contributions to our great country.
Yes, the 35th Annual Ellis Island Medal of Honor ceremony recognizes individuals whose accomplishments in their respective fields and their inspirational service to our nation are worthy of commendation.
Rest assured, we both promise you a most memorable evening, one which will begin by all of us paying tribute and respect to a time-honored tradition, the salute to the American flag. Since the first Ellis Island Medals of Honor ceremony more than 3 decades ago, we have opened the evening with a posting of the colors.
And this year, we are privileged to have an all-service Joint Color Guard to do the honors for us. They are under the leadership of Major Michael Szynski.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the posting of the colors.
Permission granted. Advance the colors.
Forward, hearts, left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Detail. Hope. The F. Peace.
Present. Pause.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Post the colors. Right, peace. Forward, hug, left, right. Left, right, left. 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 Detail. Oh. Right, face. Colors. Ready. Post. Ready, two. Present, heart. Order, heart. The left face. Forward, march. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Detail. Hope. Right, face. Forward, march!
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to our marvelous medalists. And our thanks to the All-Service Joint Color Guard and Major Mike Szynski, our military advisor. He's been leading these posts of the colors each and every year since the 1980s. If these walls, just imagine, if these walls could speak, would hear a symphony of disparate voices saying, "Thank you, America." Now just imagine those frightened immigrants clutching bags of courage with little more than the clothing on their backs, literally. Now, after they secured their coveted landing card and passed all the immigration, they walked right down this hall, down a long corridor, to a door which was marked "Push to New York." Now, beyond that door, a ferry waited them to transfer them to their future, and it was quite a future.
Well, I know you have a long relationship with Ellis Island, Marvin. You've been coming here for, let's see, 10, 20, 25, 20, how many years now hosting the ceremony?
I feel so blessed and honored to be here. This is my 28th year on the island, and it is truly, thank you. And thank you, Chairman Casamini, for having me back. 28 years, he says he's going to keep me here until I get it right. Okay. You know, I have to tell you, too, this island is known as the Isle of Tears. So at some point tonight, during this whole celebration, this ceremony, you feel a bit watery in your eyes. It's perfectly all right because you've got a lot of company behind you. You know, the Ellis Island Honors Society has done so much over the years, and part of my pleasure has been to travel to far-off places along with Chairman Casamini, including places like Belfast, Northern Ireland, where we presented the medal to the prime ministers in Belfast in the very palace where they brokered peace. That was incredible.
Amazing, remarkable. No, it must feel wonderful to be back here after a 2.5-year hiatus because of the pandemic, of course. It kept us away, unfortunately, from our family, from friends, and from gatherings just like this one tonight. But it really never stopped the Ellis Island Honors Society from carrying out its humanitarian mission. Now, did it, Marvin?
Absolutely not. Now, we were quite active during the pandemic. We coordinated with the agencies like the Mayor's Fund to advance the City of New York, as well as the New York Office of Emergency Management. We provided personal necessities of support to doctors, nurses, and others in the medical profession who are working on the front lines of the pandemic. Now, also, I have to tell you, by partnering with organizations like AmeriCares and Feeding America, we not only got life-saving personal protective equipment to hospitals all across the tri-state area, but we also helped to families all over America put food on their table.
Really impressive work, and it really comes as no surprise. EIH's commitment to serving Americans in need is really always been part of their mission. The Ellis Island Honors Society was created in 1986 on its founder's profound conviction that the diversity of the American people is what makes this nation great. Its mission includes a commitment to honor and preserve the nation's racial and cultural diversity and to foster tolerance, respect, and understanding. As a 501c3 charitable organization, EIHS is always where Americans are in need, helping, as they did during COVID. EIHS has a history of responding with compassion during a crisis. And don't forget, they also provide scholarships, leadership, educational opportunities for students, as well as produce cultural events like the PBS Great Performances Concert Special. I hope you all seen it. If not, you have to check it out. Ellis Island Dream of America.
I have to tell you, you're joining quite a distinguished group of medalists, incredible Americans. Past recipients of the medal include presidents. We have many presidents, including Joe Biden, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton. Others include Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel, the second man to land on the moon, Buzz Aldrin, Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. We went to the Supreme Court to give her the medal. Jacqueline Onassis, Rosa Parks, and the king of comedy, Jerry Lewis, just to mention a few.
Aren't you wearing one of his shirts right now, Marvin?
Well, yes.
Yes, I saw the JL there on the shirt. The medal was inaugurated back in 1986 and is presented annually to individuals who have distinguished themselves through their significant personal, professional, philanthropic, and humanitarian contributions to this country. They do this while taking pride in their ethnic heritage as they uphold the ideals and spirit of America.
Now, it was President Kennedy who said, quote, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men and women it produces, but also by the men and women it honors." And tonight, we honor all of you medalists who represent the best of the American spirit. Now, medalists, this award is really a testament to your distinguished achievements. So we congratulate all of you and like to ask all of you to please stand so we can applaud all of you. Well-deserved honors. So good to have you with us tonight. Now I have the distinct pleasure, and it is a distinct pleasure, to introduce a true humanitarian. He's known for his generous commitment to philanthropy. His philosophy is a simple one, that it's far better to give than to receive. He practices that. It takes someone with a vision and a big heart, a very big heart, to be at the helm of an organization that has such a global reach. Nazar Kazemini is his name. He has played a vital role in the Ellis Island Honors Society for the past 28 years now. And
since becoming chairman, the Ellis Island Honors Society has become his life's passion and work. As an immigrant himself and a successful businessman who has turned his dream into reality, he is a man of great compassion, sincerity, and extraordinary philanthropy.
Those are just a few words to describe him, Jill. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you please give a very warm welcome to the Ellis Island Honor Society Chairman, Nazar J. Kazemini.
Thank you, Marvin. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome welcome. It is so good to see you after 2 years of absence. As you know, due to COVID, I had to postpone our gala 3 times. I did this to protect the health and safety of each and every one of you, which was of paramount importance. I'm grateful for your patience, your continued commitment during this time. But tonight, I am delighted we are able to come together to celebrate an extraordinary group of Americans. This year's distinguished medalists come from a range of industries and backgrounds. They are being recognized for their lifetime of achievement and their influential leadership. They deserve our appreciation and applause. Our medalists have an ancestry from all over the world. Some are newly arrived, others have roots that go back generations. But they all have one thing in common. They are all Americans. We honor them not for where they came from, but for what they bring to our great nation. Each of them present a thread from which the fabric of this great nation is woven, a fabric rich in color and diversity and incapable of being torn apart. My great hope is that the events of the last 2 years will bring us closer as a nation and make us more appreciative of each individual's contribution to the greater good and the crucial necessity of immigration to our country's continued economic, intellectual, and cultural progress. America's legacy of excellence through immigration could not be more present as we sit in this great hall of Ellis Island, a gateway through which 12 million immigrants passed, dreaming of freedom and opportunity to build a better life for themselves and their children. Medalists, you are the realization of their dreams. As we celebrate here tonight, our hearts and prayers goes out to Ukrainian people as they struggle to preserve their freedom and democracy while devastating and tragic events are taking place in their country. This serves us as a reminder to all of us that our own democracy and freedom should never be taken for granted. Now more than ever, I'm proud that tonight we will honor 5 military leaders for their distinguished services to our great nation. And our gratitude goes out to all the brave women and men in our armed forces who stand vigilantly each and every day to protect, promote, and defend the values we hold so dear: life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Let this night be a reminder that, like Lady Liberty herself, we must each shine our light upon this great nation and the world, illuminating hope, compassion, and liberty for all of humans. Medalists, you each have added to this nation's legacy and continue to move our nation forward as a global role model for independence, justice, equality for generations yet to come. It is my hope that you will take this medal and continue your amazing work to help us build a more inclusive and peaceful world. It is my privilege and honor to present you with the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. My heartiest congratulations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless you, and God bless United States of America. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your continuous insight. Our first 5 medalists are all military leaders. They've all given a lifetime of service to our great nation. We're honored that they're able to join us tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Major General Brian W. Kavanaugh. Major General Kavanaugh has proudly served his country in the United States Marine Corps for over 30 years. Major General Brian W. Kavanaugh.
Rear Admiral Shoshana S. Chatfield. Rear Admiral Chatfield has culminated a 34-year career as the first woman president of the U.S. Naval War College. Rear Admiral Shoshana S. Chatfield.
Lieutenant General Giovanni Tuck. Lieutenant General Tuck is a 33-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force, now working in the private sector. Let's give a round of applause. Lieutenant General Giovanni K. Tuck.
We are sorry that Rear Admiral Andrew Tiongson is unable to join us tonight. Rear Admiral Tiongson is the Director of Operations for the United States Coast Guard U.S. Southern Command. Rear Admiral Tiongson was called into service to our nation and will be sure he gets this much-deserved medal to him. And now, speaking on behalf of the military, we have tonight's highest-ranking officer, General Michael Garrett. Let me tell you something. General Garrett is the 23rd Commander of the United States Army Forces Command in Fort Bragg. Wow. Son of Command Sergeant Major General Garrett, has spent his entire life devoted to the Army. General Garrett commands the 3rd Battalion of the 325th Airborne Infantry Regiment and the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg. The mission of the 3rd Battalion is to alert, marshal, and deploy anywhere in the world within 18 hours. General Garrett then served as Chief of Staff of the 18th Airborne Corps, and beginning in 2013, he spent 6 years focused on military operations in the Middle East, first as Deputy Chief of Staff and later as Commanding General. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome General Michael Garrett.
Chairman Kazimini, distinguished guests, friends, and Americans. On behalf of my fellow honorees from the United States military, and on behalf of the 2.8 million service members and civilian professionals that we are privileged to lead, thank you for infusing this evening with the spirit of patriotism of your United States military. And thank you for the lifelong privilege to serve and to defend this great nation. Most of all, thank you for trusting us to represent you, your families, and our American values at home and abroad. You know, lately I have been thinking about and praying over Americans, immigrants, including the 12 million souls who once passed through Ellis Island, all of whom I hope and believe came to America because they saw life here as an opportunity, a beacon of hope for themselves and their family. And in each case, it was our families, our neighbors, and our citizens who kept that beacon shining brightly. It's not lost on me that for many people around the world, the very first American they met face to face and who carried the message of opportunity was a man or woman in uniform. We service members are natural stewards of America's reputation on the world stage. And now, my fellow public servants, all of us share equally in this responsibility. We will wear these medals with pride, not only because they represent the good that we have done, because they call us to do so much more with the time that we have left. I thank you for serving along our side and for representing the very best of this nation with pride. Let's do something good for America together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Garrett, and really we want to thank you all and all of our military medalists for their service. Each medalist has taken their own unique journey to get here this evening. Now, on your chair, there is our commemorative journal that tells you a little bit more about the Ellis Island Honors Society and, of course, shares some of its basic history. It also includes a short biography of each of tonight's medalists. Now, as you read their stories, you will see just how amazing each and every one of them really are. Through the night, you will also hear from a selection of Americans from all walks of life with different experiences, each with their own unique story to tell. Now, we asked them to share their thoughts on being an American and what that medal means to them. Our next speaker is Secretary Jay Johnson. Secretary Johnson served our nation as the Secretary of Homeland Security from 2013 to 2017. He has also served as the General Counsel of the Department of Defense and General Counsel of the Department of the Air Force. Now, in private practice, he advises firms and government contractors on the legal aspects of cybersecurity, national security, data privacy, crisis management, and regulatory matters. Secretary Johnson is currently a member of the Board of Directors of Lockheed Martin and U.S. Steel, and is a trustee at Columbia University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Secretary Jay Johnson.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. If I had known that there was a teleprompter, I would have written a speech. It is a great honor for me to be here tonight. This is extraordinary. I'm flattered. I'm extraordinarily flattered. It's also a great honor for me to be seated next to one of my personal heroes, right here, Congressman Charles B. Rangel, New York City. Represented New York City in Congress for 46 years, and while his back was turned, I looked up his Wikipedia, and in about 3 or 4 weeks, he is going to be 92 years young. He's here tonight. I am a proud African American. I am a descendant of enslaved people from Selma, Alabama, Charles County, Maryland, and Southwest Virginia, one of whom fled slavery as a boy, headed north, and enlisted in the Union Army to fight in the Civil War. But if you looked at my DNA results, you would find that I am 48% African and 52% European. The last time I set foot on this island in this place was for a naturalization ceremony 6 years ago, to preside at a naturalization ceremony, when I was Secretary of Homeland Security for 1,124 days. I had a lot of headaches and a lot of problems. Border security, cyber security, natural disasters, aviation security, the Secret Service. The Coast Guard was never a headache, by the way. The Coast Guard is wonderful. They're here tonight. And the thing I enjoyed most were naturalization ceremonies. And I'd say the same thing every time. I'd say, after administering the oath to several hundred new Americans, ladies and gentlemen, from this moment on, whenever someone looks at you and looks at the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, or listens to your accent, or looks at how you are dressed, and they say to you, "Where are you from?" From this moment on, you can say, "You are an American." The words that Ronald Reagan uttered in 1988 are so true. You can migrate to Germany and never be a German. You can go to Japan and never be Japanese. You can even go to France and never be French. But from any part of this planet, you can come to America and be an American. God bless this great country, and thank you.
I have to tell you, Nancy Brinker's journey to becoming a breast cancer activist, it began with a promise to her dying sister, Susan. She promised her that she would do everything in her power, everything possible, to end the shame, the fear, the hopelessness caused by this disease. In one generation, the movement started by Susan G. Komen for the cure has changed the world. Ambassador Brinker has served her country in so many ways, most notably as ambassador to Hungary and as U.S. Chief of Protocol. In 2009, President Barack Obama awarded Ambassador Brinker with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and that's the nation's highest civilian honor. In the same year, she was named Goodwill Ambassador for Cancer Control for the United Nations World Health Organization. That's where she continues her mission to put cancer awareness and treatment at the top of the World Health Agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ambassador Nancy Brinker. Congratulations. You're on.
Good evening, and thank you, Marvin and Jill, and thank you, Chairman Nasser, for this wonderful, wonderful organization and this evening. I'd also like to thank board member John Scully and his dear wife, Diane, for nominating me for this award. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you also to my family and friends and for their constant support, and thank you to the Honor Society as well. What a wonderful job you have done for our nation. Ellis Island is a reminder that the story of America is really a story of immigrants. Mine is an immigrant story as well. My great-grandfather came here through these waters, seeking freedom, opportunity, and safety. As European Jews in the 19th century, they saw members of their community being persecuted. Fortunately, most of my family was able to leave just a single generation before the Holocaust. To them, America was a land of new beginnings and great hope and opportunity. But they never forgot what they experienced, and it gave them an overwhelming desire to give back in the form of public service and advocacy. These values were passed to my grandparents, my parents, my sister Susan G. Komen, and me. Using your voice to help the voiceless is not always popular. In many countries, as we see today, it can result in brutal punishment. My sister Susan, as she lay dying of breast cancer at the age of 36, asked me to find a cure for this disease so no one would suffer. And then she asked me to make sure everyone had the treatment of what we were going to discover. The organization, through her name 40 years later, has reaped great benefit for patients and for people and scientists. And now, through the Promise Fund, an organization we've just founded that is helping impoverished and immigrant women access equity to critical healthcare services previously denied. 50 years ago, the words breast cancer couldn't be said on television, film, radio, or any kind of media out loud. Today, we see professional athletes wearing pink to raise awareness of the disease. We're fortunate to live in a country that allows us to speak out about the issues that concern us. This freedom allows us to make access and impact on the lives of others. And in turn, many would say that public service is a responsibility. I would say it is a great privilege that can bring great meaning to our hearts and minds. Ellis Island is a reminder that not everyone enjoys the same privileges we do. And it is our duty to ensure that future generations remember the past and answer the call to service our country, not just out of a sense of duty, but out of a sense of enormous gratitude. Thank you for this honor.
All right, everyone, now we have a real treat for you in store. Broadway Inspirational Voices is a diverse, professional choir of Broadway artists united to change lives through the power of music and service.
And they've been very successful at that, Jill. In addition to numerous concerts, the Grammy-nominated choir has performed with award-winning artists such as Mariah Carey, Sting, and Elton John. That's a good record.
Yeah.
And they've been featured on multiple Tony Award programs. This nonprofit organization, it has a very vital mission, and that's to provide hope and inspiration to young people through music. They certainly accomplished that.
And I see a lot of young people out in the crowd tonight, especially over there at that table. Young children, thank you for coming here. Yes, I'm waving to you, sir.
Yeah.
Right now, we want to welcome back to the stage Broadway Inspirational Voices.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the trust my instincts, close my eyes, and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity. You can't pull me down, down, down. You can't pull me down. You can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change. Until I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner die defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. And you can't hold me down, down, down. You can't pull me down. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone's told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. I'm defying, defying, defying gravity. Defying, defying gravity, defying gravity, gravity. Defying, defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity. And soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all the land who says we can't do all we can is ever gonna bring us down. You can't bring us down. You can't bring us down. No. We define gravity, gravity, gravity. You can't bring us down. You can't bring us down. No. We define gravity, gravity, gravity. You'll never, you'll never bring us down. No, you can't bring us down. Oh, oh, oh.
Amazing job. Please, another round of applause. Thank you. I saw some of you moving and grooving in your seats, right? But you guys did a great job. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, each medalist tonight, just want to remind you, was nominated by a peer or a fellow medalist. All were vetted before being reviewed by their advisory committees and the board of directors. Now, this is all done under the leadership of Chairman Casamini, who of course makes the final decision. As we begin our medalist presentation, let me please remind you that the Ellis Island Honors Society will be providing each medalist with photos from the event. And of course, we'll be posting a professional video of the entire event online, so please feel free to share it with family and friends. And of course, take as many pictures as you want, but please just try not to block that center aisle here for our professional photographers. We appreciate that. And now, medalists, please step forward as your name is called.
The Ellis Island Honors Society is proud to present the medal to Poria Abbasi. Mr. Abbasi is the CEO of the LA Convention Center, where he was sworn in as a citizen 8 years ago. Poria Abbasi. Dr. Brahim Ardolik. Dr. Ardolik founded Staten Island's only emergency medicine residency. Dr. Brahim Ardolik. Maestro Igor Babalov. Mr. Babalov is a world-renowned portrait artist, teacher, and philanthropist. Maestro Igor Babalov. Dr. Robert L. Bard. Dr. Bard is an internationally recognized cancer imaging specialist and educator. Dr. Robert L. Bard. John M. Belcher. Mr. Belcher is a leading authority in transportation, an entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. John M. Belcher. The Honorable Dennis John Boyle. Justice Boyle is an acting Supreme Court Justice in Bronx County. The Honorable Dennis John Boyle. Sarah Beth Brown. Before retiring, Ms. Brown spent 30 years at the Coca-Cola Company as a global director. Sarah Beth Brown. Kathy Buckley. Ms. Buckley is a comedian, best-selling author, and motivational speaker. Kathy Buckley. Congressman Salud Carbajal. A Marine veteran born in Mexico, Representative Carbajal is an advocate for environmental issues. Congressman Salud Carbajal. Martino Cartier. Mr. Cartier is a stylist and founded Wigs and Wishes, supporting women and children battling cancer. Martino Cartier. Bonnie Comley. Ms. Comley is an award-winning theater producer. Bonnie Comley. Chief Robert J. Conti. Chief Robert Conti has served the D.C. metropolitan area for over 3 decades. Chief Robert J. Conti. Howard Cox. Mr. Cox is a special limited partner with Greylock Partners and, with his wife Wendy, is a noted philanthropist. Howard Cox. Wendy Bingham Cox. Ms. Bingham Cox is an investor, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. Wendy Bingham Cox. Deanne Criswell. Ms. Criswell is the first woman to serve as administrator of FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Deanne Criswell. Shala Etifa. Shala Etifa has committed her life to helping underprivileged children in India. Shala Etifa. John Abraham Farahi. Mr. Farahi is the Chief Executive Officer of Monarch Casino and Resort. John Abraham Farahi. Ambassador David T. Fisher. Ambassador Fisher served as the U.S. Ambassador to Morocco and is a noted philanthropist. Ambassador David T. Fisher. Jennifer Fisher. Ms. Fisher is a Broadway producer and a community activist. Jennifer Fisher. Deputy Chief Joseph A. Gallucci. Deputy Chief Gallucci heads the NYPD Counterterrorism Bureau. Deputy Chief Joseph A. Gallucci. Commissioner Rodney K. Harrison. Commissioner Harrison was awarded the Combat Cross for extraordinary heroism. Commissioner Rodney K. Harrison.
Our next speaker is an entrepreneur, investor, dedicated humanitarian. Eduardo Del Riggio is a man of humble beginnings. Born in Cuba, he arrived in the United States through the 1960s Peter Pan program, with little English and no family here. Since then, he has made his reputation in shipping and logistics. As CEO, Mr. Del Riggio has transformed Pay Cargo, an online overnight payment system, into a powerhouse in the global freight industry, and has helped transform the company into a global powerhouse. Based in Miami, Pay Cargo has a network of clients and vendors featuring top companies in the industry, and he's built partnerships with trade associations in order to create a more efficient payment settlement system. Now, he's described as a game changer. He is. And he's used his expertise in enhancing logistics technology to establish 3 companies worth more than $100 million. That's quite an accomplishment. In addition to his professional accomplishments, Mr. Del Riggio is known for his dedication to public service. He currently serves on the board member for the Beauty of Sight Foundation, the Florida International University Athletics Board, as well as being a significant supporter of the Miami Learning Experience. That's a school for special needs children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eduardo Del Riggio. Congratulations.
Thank you. So thank you for the introduction. What can I say? I'm an American of Cuban birth, like many who have come through Ellis Island. First, allow me to thank Chairman Casamini for his leadership, dedication, and sacrifice that has made this evening possible. Nasser, we've only known each other for a short time, but my friend, our love for this great country unites us forever. So basically, my story is a simple one. I came to this country at age 7 in a program called Peter Pan with 14,000 unaccompanied minors basically arrived to the U.S. looking for freedom and escaping communist Cuba. Like many of those students, those children, we didn't know what we were coming to and what laid ahead. The fact is, we were arriving in the greatest country the world has ever seen. Never has a nation so generous existed in the history of the earth. The fact is that for many of us, it was a struggle, but we overcame, we survived, and we grew. Most of us succeeding beyond imagination. All I can say is this is such a great honor to receive this medal. Beyond words. I do want to say, last night I had the great honor of sitting at a table with Rich Wilson, who sailed around the world solo and recorded it. And he said to me, Eduardo, after we had an opportunity to look at all the recipients, he said, Eduardo, I don't think we make it to page 2. My answer to him was, I think we're in the appendix, but at least if you sail around the world one more time, you'll get to page 2. So, again, God bless America. Thank you, Chairman.
Well, what a fascinating man and clearly a fascinating story. Thank you again. It shows that sometimes, innovation and philanthropy can really go hand in hand.
Absolutely, Jill. I think we're ready for a break. This has been a wonderful first half. Dinner service will begin in a few moments, and we hope you enjoy your meal and plenty of room here to walk around and socialize. We'll see you after dinner. Bon appetit, everyone.
Yeah, and don't forget, it's an amazing space, so please, Instagram pictures, if you're out there, go on social media, feel free, of course, to go back downstairs for the step and repeat, some great red carpet shots, and remember, if you can, to use our hashtag for tonight, EIMOH, that's EIMOH, on all social media platforms, okay? An actress and dedicated activist. Born in Iran and raised in London, Nazarene Boniani is an internationally renowned actress and dedicated activist. Born in Iran and raised in London, she attended college in the United States, where she landed her first major acting roles in hit television and movies like Homeland, How I Met Your Mother, and Hotel Mumbai. She next stars in the upcoming Lord of the Rings series on Amazon. I cannot wait to see it, and I'm so honored to meet her tonight, too.
And I have to tell you, her opinions, they've been published in global media outlets, including the Washington Post, CNN, the New York Times, currently serves as Amnesty International's United Kingdom ambassador, and is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nazarene Boniani.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chairman Kazimini, Mr. Alexander Lari, for your leadership in endorsing Iranian Americans for this award, Ms. Guli Ahmadi for nominating me, and of course the Chairman once again for your fierce leadership. I am privileged to be among the honorees this evening. And I know the word privilege, it's used so often in moments like these, but I don't use it lightly. Much like the millions of people who came through Ellis Island to seek a better tomorrow, my parents were political refugees who escaped persecution in 1979 in the Islamic Revolution. When I was just 20 days old, they wanted to keep me safe and they wanted to give me every opportunity to reach my full potential. Their lives were at risk, but also they didn't want to raise a child in a social, legal, and political climate that was growing increasingly oppressive, particularly towards women and girls. I was raised in London, first in a bed and breakfast, and then in government housing. We didn't have much, but what I did have was a daily reminder of the alternative. So I counted my blessings, that I lived in a country where I could express myself freely, that I could associate with whoever I wanted, that child labor and child marriage were illegal, that I could decide if I wanted to veil or not, that there were fair trials and due process, that women were equal to men before the law. Let's hope it stays that way. And when I visited my homeland in my early teens, that privilege became even more glaringly obvious, as did the desire to help those who were less fortunate. And that is the dream with which I came to my adopted home, the United States. to attend the University of California, Irvine in 1998. Yes, I just aged myself. And then when I started acting 16 years ago, they asked me, well, you look exotic, you sound British, where do we place you? And as I look out at all of you, I know the answer to that question. It's among you, with our different accents and shades of skin, with our various ethnicities and ideologies. Right here is where you place me, the United States of America. And sometimes maybe not so United States, but here I am with a job I love and a platform from which to speak in a country whose freedoms can fuel its betterment. In totalitarian countries, human rights advocacy comes at a great personal cost. Unlike America, the very pillars of oppressive states ensure that its wrongs cannot be made right. Often, protesting against oppressive laws means breaking them, and improving lives means sacrificing your own. I stand here being honored while my counterparts in Iran, filmmakers, musicians, artists, are censored and persecuted. I stand here as an activist while human rights lawyer Nasrin Sotoudeh and Sohaila Hijab languish in jail in Iran. I stand here while women in Iran protesting peacefully against compulsory hijab are jailed. I stand here while peaceful protesters in my homeland are currently being met with bullets for protesting peacefully against their government. I risk nothing. They risk everything. It also doesn't escape me, particularly as we gather here this year and on this island of hope that's been so difficult. This year has been so difficult for the people of Ukraine. They've suffered so much. The people of Afghanistan and beyond. How important it is that the promise of Ellis Island lives on, especially for the people who are caught between a homeland where their lives are at risk and an international community that rejects them. So yes, I'm privileged. And with this privilege comes an immense responsibility to amplify the voices of those who are risking everything for a better tomorrow, for freedom. And that responsibility knows no borders. It's based on our common humanity and the belief that an injustice anywhere, including our country here, the United States, is a threat to justice everywhere. It's up to each one of us to keep Lady Liberty's freedom torch ablaze. And I promise, with this very meaningful acknowledgement, that I'll continue to do everything in my power to do just that. Thank you.
Congratulations, so wonderful. Let's keep things moving along right now with our second group of medalists. Medalists, please step forward as your name is called.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David M. Hersick. Mr. Hersick sits on many charitable boards and is a mentor to several trusts and global charities. David M. Hersick. Joseph G. Jabra. Joseph Jabra is a renowned scholar, author, and administrator. Joseph G. Jabra. Carolyn Jackson. Ms. Jackson has raised millions with Driven Hearts, a charity car auction raising awareness about cardiac health. Carolyn Jackson. Craig Jackson. Mr. Jackson is the chairman and CEO of Barrett Jackson Auction Company, which hosts charity car auctions benefiting diverse causes. Craig Jackson. Sun Yub Kim. Mr. Kim is a business owner and longtime supporter of Korean businesses. Sun Yub Kim. Dean Frank LaFurla. Dean LaFurla is a world-renowned professor and Alzheimer's disease researcher at the University of California at Irvine. Dean Frank LaFurla. George Liu. Dr. Liu is a medical doctor and a leader in the Asian American community. George Liu. Eduardo Martinez. In his 45 years with UPS, Mr. Martinez rose from package handler to president. Eduardo Martinez. Michael Massimino. Astronaut Mike Massimino is the Senior Advisor of Space Programs at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. Michael Massimino. Flint McNaughton. Flint McNaughton is the CEO and founding partner at Suncap Property Group and supports educational initiatives. Flint McNaughton. Doris Meisner. Ms. Meisner is the Senior Fellow and Director of the U.S. Immigration Policy Program at the Migration Policy Institute. Ms. Meisner has recently joined the EIHS Advisory Committee on Immigration. Doris Meisner. Dr. Reza Mohajer Shojei. Dr. Mohajer is a surgeon and has many patients for Initiative Medical Devices. Dr. Reza Mohajer Shojei. Monica Morales. Monica Morales is a 6-time Emmy Award-winning reporter and anchor with WPIX 11 here in New York City. Monica Morales.
Joseph Maroney. Joseph Maroney is the Director of VIP Sales at PC Richard & Son and volunteers as Vice President of the Glenwood Fire Department. Joseph Maroney.
Cherry A. Murray. Dr. Murray is an award-winning professor who holds 2 patents in optical technology. Cherry A. Murray. Dr. Sohel Najjar. Dr. Najjar is a neurologist specializing in autoimmune brain disorders. His work was featured in the hit book and film Brain on Fire. Dr. Sohel Najjar. Lawrence O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor founded Otherworld Computing, a leading zero-emissions technology company. Lawrence O'Connor. Reza Odebeyi. Mr. Odebeyi is on the board of PARS Equality Center and has dedicated his life to helping immigrants and refugees. Reza Odebeyi. Margie McHugh. Ms. McHugh is director of the Migration Policy Institute's National Center on Immigrant Immigration. Ms. McHugh has also recently joined EIHS as an immigration advisor. Margie McHugh. Ms. McHugh is also accepting the medal on behalf of her late husband, Dr. Dimitrios Papadimitriou. Dr. Papadimitriou was a distinguished transatlantic fellow at the Migration Policy Institute, which he co-founded. Dr. Dimitrios Papadimitriou.
before we move on to our next speaker, I would just like to take a moment or two to acknowledge the 4 medalists who were unable to join us this evening.
Charles and Liz Koch, well-known philanthropists and head of the Koch Industries.
Cyrus Ansary Jr., Chairman Emeritus of American University, and Dr. Thomas Katina, a modern-day Albert Schweitzer.
And he's the only surgeon committed to working in the isolated Nuba Mountains in Sudan. And finally, in a rare posthumous presentation, we're honored to present the 22 Ellis Island Medal to the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It really was our hope to honor her in 2019, but her schedule did not allow that, and then the pandemic kept us all from announcing it until now.
Our next speaker is Ed Montero. Ed Montero was born in the small hill town of Manizales, Colombia, before coming to the United States at the age of 10 with his parents and 8 siblings. He supported his family while finishing high school, continuing his education at Fordham University and Columbia University as well.
And he spent 50 years at Citibank helping to develop its international and corporate portfolios. Now, following his retirement, Mr. Montero worked for UBS Investment Bank as Vice Chairman of the Americas. He also spent 20 years as a director of the Spanish Repertory Theater in New York City. Throughout his career, Mr. Montero has contributed to the community through charities and nonprofit organizations focused on education, healthcare, and the arts. Ladies and gentlemen, greet Mr. Ed Montero. Good to see you up here, Ed.
Thank you. So let's see what happens. Thank you very much. Are we having a good time? Good evening, and I'm delighted to be here with all of you. First of all, many thanks to Chairman Casimini for the outstanding leadership that he's brought to this organization over all these many years, and also to the Ellis Island Honors Society for giving me the honor of this medal. I may also say to Jim Ziegler for nominating me for this award. I am humbled by the recognition, but I need to say up front that it is not just about me, but about all my entire family. As you heard, I was born in a little hill town or hill city in the Andes Mountains in Manizales, Colombia, where they make a lot of good coffee, and came to the States at age 10 with my parents and 8 siblings. My parents had a vision that we should learn English and experience the American dream. Financial reversals caused my parents to separate, and as my father returned to Colombia, I took leadership of the family at age 16, if you can believe that, together with my dear mother and sister Leonore. For sure, it wasn't easy, and there were financial challenges, but our focus was on education, on integrity, and on assimilation into the American environment. My siblings and I attended outstanding American universities on scholarship and followed professional careers, primarily in education. I was the sole exception and pursued, as was mentioned, an international banking career. But for all of us, America has been an incredible experience as our system of government enables one to achieve your full potential. We have committed to retain our Hispanic heritage and to give back to society. Today, our family has 8 living siblings, 15 grandchildren, and 13 great-grandchildren, with all adults pursuing successful careers. I may add that my parents, at a very late age, incredibly came back together before they passed. In conclusion, I would like to thank again Chairman Casimini and the Society for this marvelous event and commend their effort to recognize and promote the immigrant experience in our country. More than in almost any other country, we are distinguished by the strong contribution of immigrants, which have made America the unique place that it is, a beacon of freedom, a beacon of growth and prosperity. May this continue in perpetuity. Thank you very much.
Well, no one wins an Ellis Island Medal of Honor. You have to earn it. Our honorees tonight have all earned theirs with their generosity of spirit and desire to help others that are less fortunate. Now it's my great pleasure to bring up our third group of medalists. And don't forget that you can read all about them and their contributions to America in your commemorative journal. And now, our medalists.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ronald D. Offit. In 2008, Mr. Offit formed the Offit Family Foundation with the mission of enhancing the quality of life in North Dakota and Minnesota. Ronald D. Offit. Nicholas Pepys. Mr. Pepys is a chemical and biomedical engineer, a prolific innovator, and one of the most published scientists in the world. Nicholas Pepys. Chief Thomas Richardson. Chief Richardson was cited for bravery 6 times in his 40-year career. Chief Thomas Richardson. Juan Chichi Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez is a golfing legend and the first Puerto Rican inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Juan Chichi Rodriguez. Reza Rafagaran. Mr. Rafagaran is an engineer, inventor, entrepreneur, and pioneer in wireless communication. Reza Rafagaran. Commissioner Patrick J. Ryder. Commissioner Ryder is an adjunct professor of criminal justice at Nassau Community College. Commissioner Patrick J. Ryder. Camille Mark Salome. Mr. Salome is a retired partner and senior advisor at CVC Capital Partners. Camille Mark Salome. Henry Samueli. Mr. Samueli is the co-founder of Broadcom Corporation, as well as an engineer, professor, and inventor who holds 75 patents. Henry Samueli. Susan Samueli. Ms. Samueli serves on the Board of Trustees of the Samueli Academy, a public charter high school for foster youth founded by the Samuelis. Susan Samueli. Representative Stephen Scalise. Representative Scalise represents the 1st Congressional District of Louisiana and serves as the House Republican Whip. Representative Stephen Scalise. Adnan Sen. Mr. Sen is a successful real estate developer, investor, and philanthropist. Adnan Sen. Michael Shanasarian. Dr. Shanasarian is president of Career Consultants of America, providing rehabilitation, life care planning, and other services. Michael Shanasarian. Dr. Gregory Simonian. Dr. Simonian is a vascular surgeon and executive vice chairman and chief of operations for the Heart and Vascular Hospital at Hackensack University Medical Center. Dr. Gregory Simonian. Greggs G. Thermopoulos. Mr. Thermopoulos has championed quality, sustainability, and ethics in the engineering industry. Greggs G. Thermopoulos. Lolly Graham Weymouth. Miss Weymouth is an American journalist and senior associate editor of the Washington Post. She has been writing on foreign affairs and conducting exclusive interviews with heads of states for over 35 years. Lolly Graham Weymouth. Dean Michelle A. Williams. Dean Williams leads Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. She is an epidemiologist, educator, and a believer in the transformative power of public health. Dean Michelle A. Williams. Alan Eli Wilner. Professor Alan Wilner is known for his research on optical fiber communications. Alan Eli Wilner. Rich Wilson. Mr. Wilson translated his passion for learning into Sites Alive, a nonprofit that connects classrooms to adventures worldwide. Rich Wilson. George Xu. Mr. Xu is a real estate developer who launched a campaign during the pandemic to help raise funds to provide PPE for the New York State Department of Health. George Xu. The Honorable Patricia Polson Satterfield. Justice Satterfield was the first African American woman elected in Queens County. The Honorable Patricia Polson Satterfield. And receiving the International Award, Dr. Segenet Kelamu, an Ethiopian scientist noted for her research as a molecular plant pathologist and her outstanding scientific leadership. Dr. Segenet Kelamu.
Congratulations to all the medalists. Now, as you just heard, the Ellis Island Honors Society presents a medal each year to someone on the international stage who has made contributions that are creating a better world for all of us. And Dr. Kelamu and her work with the Max Planck Institute certainly qualifies. Again, you can read all about the work and the accomplishments of our other medalists in the commemorative journal, which you all received tonight at your table. The next award we're presenting is the Ellis Island Medals of Honor Global Humanitarian Award. The Global Humanitarian Award is presented exclusively to world leaders who have demonstrated their commitment to world peace and have used their office to contribute to the world at large. Pick it up.
Most recently, Ellis Island Honors Society presented the Global Humanitarian Award to Japanese Prime Minister Mr. Shinzo Abe for his work promoting a stronger relationship between Japan and India, as well as developing a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Now, a concept which inspired several European nations to reevaluate and reaffirm relations with Japan.
Now, the presentations were made here in New York City in September of 2019 with the intention of announcing his medal at our 2020 event. And you all know what happened there. Never happened. But we're delighted that we finally have the opportunity to acknowledge the world leader from our stage here tonight.
And don't forget to please make sure you tag us in any photos you take tonight on all social media platforms. And the hashtag we're asking you to use is EIMOH. That's EIMOH. We look forward to seeing you, of course, and all your pictures on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Don't forget to follow us as well at EI Honors.
We look forward to seeing all your pictures. Enjoy your coffee.
I need some.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like now to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Martine Rothblatt. Let me tell you about Dr. Rothblatt. Dr. Rothblatt is a lawyer, inventor, author, entrepreneur, activist for transgender rights. And that barely scratches the surface of this amazing woman. She's an innovator of satellite communications. She's launched several satellite companies including Sirius XM satellite radio. Dr. Rothbard, founding of United Therapeutics, a biotechnology company developing life-extending technologies. United Therapeutics is now saving hundreds of lives each and every year by making otherwise discarded donor lungs available for transplant. That is incredible. Leading the company's development of manufactured kidneys, hearts, and lungs, and was instrumental in the first xeno heart transplant. And now, she's a recipient of the 2022 Ellis Island Medals of Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Martine Rothblatt. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. I'd like to especially thank Chairman Nasser Kazmeni for his extraordinary leadership over so many years in keeping everybody's focus on the importance of immigration to America and honoring the fantastic contributions that immigrants and their descendants have made over so many years. I'd also like to thank the iconic John Scully and Diane Scully for their leadership in this organization as well. My grandparents and great-grandparents emigrated from Odessa, Ukraine, as Lin-Manuel Miranda says in Hamilton, immigrants, we get it done. And in that vein, I want to also refresh our appreciation to Chairman Kazmeni, who last night told us that over $50,000 was donated personally by our chairman to the Ukraine assistance funds. Thank you so much, Chairman Kazmeni. When my grandparents and great-grandparents came here from Odessa, they couldn't speak a word of English. They didn't really know what they were getting into. They only knew what they were going away from, which was a fear of death, a justifiable fear of death, of persecution, poverty, and lack of opportunity. Here in the United States, through the perseverance of their generation, their children's generation, and the generation that has come to my generation, we have had the opportunity, through the companies I've started and the amazing team members that I have worked with, to save tens of thousands of lives and enrich millions of lives through the brilliance of satellite communications technology and life-saving biotechnology. I am so grateful for the opportunities to be free here in the United States to pursue entrepreneurial visions, to do so with a society that welcomes, rewards, applauds the accomplishment of entrepreneurs. And when people ask me, Martine, what advice do you have? I say, I give you the same advice that my ancestors had, which was never to give up, to be persistent, to keep trying, because if you do not give up, you will succeed. And that is the lesson of immigration in America. Thank you so much.
Well, we really love when past recipients show their pride and return year after year. And of course, we love it when you all wear your medals. And at this time, I'd like to invite all past medal recipients to please stand so we can thank you all once again for all of your contributions to America and the world. Come on up, stand up, everyone. Don't be shy. Looks like some of you forgot your medals. But congratulations. Thank you so much again for being here with us again this year. Now, our next speaker is Vlad Shamunis, a native of Ukraine. Vlad Shamunis founded Ring Central in 1999 with the idea of using the power of cloud technologies to reimagine business communications. Much more than just a regular entrepreneur, Vlad and his wife Sandra founded the Shamunis Family Innovation Awards at the Stanford Medicine Cancer Institute, which supports the bold research of Stanford University cancer researchers with award-winning and funding to development potential new drugs that could help lead to really transform new treatments and help so many of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vlad Shamunis. By the way, I just told him, in the hotel, I saw the latest commercial, Zach and Zach. It was amazing.
Thank you. Okay, oh my God. You know, when your last name starts with the letter S, you're pretty used to keeping your turn in line and waiting patiently. And if you're supposed to speak, being on pins and needles, as other speakers already done, and back to whatever other activities. But I tell you, to give closing comments, I think I'm the last one, so good news, right? But closing comments on the 35th Ellis Island Honor Awards, total different level of pressure, I can tell you that. So thank you for having me, and Chairman Kazemeni and the selection committee, thank you so much for this incredible and frankly very much unexpected honor. A few words about myself. I came to this country as a teenager. I was born in Odessa, Ukraine. My native tongue is Russian, and if you can't tell by the accent, that's what it sounds like. And the fact that Russia is now savagely attacking Ukraine, with both sides speaking the same language, is unimaginable, unspeakable, and what I'd like to do is actually have a moment of silence to honor all of the victims. And I hope you all join me in prayer that this calamity ends soon and without too much more loss of innocent lives. Okay, so when we were coming to this country, we knew nothing. We didn't speak the language. That trait remained, more or less. We didn't know how to spell it. Jokes were a little bit different. We knew one thing. We knew that America was different. We knew that this was perhaps one of the very few, if not the only, places in the world where government works for the people and not people for the government. It is very, very precious. For those, many of you who are not from this country, I'm sure you understand me, and I'm sure you don't need to hear this from me. For those of you who were lucky enough to be born here, keep it. It's precious. It really does not exist anywhere else. So America has for sure delivered on every promise, stated or unstated. For me, my family, my extended family, the fact that two guys, both named Vlad, could start a company, not in the garage, because the garage did not have doors on it, strictly speaking, but in the backyard, and start a company out of very strong desire to not go to work and to do something resembling work from home while playing with your very young kids. One of them, by the way, is here. Alan, stand up. And to turn this unusual idea, let's say it, into something that now employs many thousands of people around the globe and is traded on New York Stock Exchange, I can honestly say only in America, only in America. We had We had $400 for a family of 4 when we came. I thought it was reasonably good accomplishment, but then I understood the chairman Kazimeni came in with $250, but he came in 6 years earlier, so inflation, I think that we were about the same level of capitalization when we came. Okay, look, America is a land of immigrants. We were very lucky, fortunate in our case. We came on a very comfortable Pan Am flight, direct flight to New York, and many before us, and most who came through this hall did not come that way. They came on a boat, under the deck, not under the deck on a yacht, like in the TV show, but in much worse circumstances. And yet we're all here, we're contributing. And in closing, what I really would like to do is simply wish that this country and this spirit and this humanity continues for a long, long time. So our children, grandchildren, and many generations after us can experience this very wonderful place called America. God bless America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to begin our closing ceremony, please welcome back Broadway Inspirational Voices. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as Major Michael Szynski leads the retiring of the colors.
Detail! Attention! Permission granted. Retire the colors.
Forward, march, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right. Detail. Hope. Right, face. Present harps. Order harps. Ready, colors. Ready, two. Left, haste.
Forward!